Okay, so as promised, or as I said earlier the other day, is that I would be making a video about celibacy and the celibacy journey. Since it is a new year, I know a lot of people are like, be like, oh, I'm gonna start this year celibate. I'm gonna focus on me, yah. I'm gonna get to know myself better, yah. And I love that for you guys. I really do. But I just wanted to come out here and just give like some alternative perspectives and just some things or methods that helped me out during my celibacy journey. So let's get into it. I started my celibacy journey in my last semester of college, and my celibacy journey started with me basically ending a long-term relationship and just wanting some time and space to just do whatever I wanted. That I just wanted to focus on like enjoying my last few undergraduate days for myself. For me, it wasn't hard for me to stay celibate because I didn't really have any prospects. I didn't really have anyone that I was talking to or wanted to talk to or wanted to get to know or wanted to hook up with. Like, I was just very much so like focusing on myself. And if I could say one thing, is that when you're celibate, you kind of have more time to shift your focus on things other than sex. I feel like a lot of the time in society or just like in pop culture, like everything just seems to be centered around having sex like all the time, and the way that sex is described or the way people encourage you to engage just seems really brutal and just not fun. One of my tips for celibacy is figuring out what makes you happy and what makes you fulfilled outside of intimate relationships. Because once you kind of realize that you want love and you separate the connection between, or you separate the understanding of love and sex, and understanding that sex does not equal love, you'll be able to develop a more mature and a more aligned love language. Next thing is boundaries. Telling people no, or setting a firm boundary with people might lead to you certain people not being in your life anymore. But that's okay, because when you're on a self-awareness, self-development journey, losing people or having to cut people off is just a part of the bit. It's just a part of the job. And you have to decide whether or not your old habits and old people are worth you sacrificing or prolonging you becoming the person that you want to be. The next thing I would say is that that helped me out a lot is that when you're celibate, you have more time and more space to redefine your love language. Knowing your love language is way more than just about how you like to be fornicated with, how you like to be dealt with, that type of thing. You can focus on more non-sexual forms of intimacy. Which is what I think really forms and develops stronger connections. The next thing is about celibacy is that you don't have to even chalk it all the way up to people not deserving you. I guess the biggest question or the biggest thing to think about when you're considering celibacy is examining the feelings that you have when you have sex with someone. How does it make you feel? Do you feel like every time you have sex with someone, they use you, they steal energy from you, they make you feel underappreciated, they make you feel unloved, they make you feel lesser than yourself? Identify the emotions and the feelings that come with not wanting to have sex, or wanting to abstain from sex, or wanting to be celibate for a season, because that is what's going to motivate you and what's going to help you stay committed to your decision. If you got someone hitting your phone, or you got someone tempting you or flirting with you or whatever, and this is someone you have a history with, or even if it's someone new, you have to ask yourself, is this one time or is this one exception worth the progress that I'm making, and is it worth me feeling those feelings of sadness, feeling used, feeling underappreciated, feeling unloved? You know what I mean? You really have to ask yourself those questions, and I feel like that is what's going to help you stay motivated. You have to consider what you're losing when you choose to cut it short, or when you choose to make an exception every now and again. And that's another thing with celibacy. You don't have to be celibate. You can just simply be picky and more selective about who you choose to be intimate with, or who you choose to share your body with. I am not the person to tell you what is the premise, or what is a good enough or not a good enough reason to get intimate with somebody, or to talk to somebody, or whatever. Everybody on here is grown. Y'all can do what y'all want to do. But at the same time, if you are trying to get some type of spiritual enlightenment, or some type of ascension or evolution with your celibacy journey, you just have to weigh out your old life and your old bad habits versus the new life and the new habits that you're trying to develop, that will help you align with, the type of life and type of person you want to be. How long is long enough? Set a goal for your celibacy, whether it's going to be a month, 2 months, 3 months, a year. Like, you'll know when you want to break it. You'll know when you want to end it. And that is between you and yourself. I feel like I sound like one of those corny ass like spiritual gurus, but use your intuition. This is like probably the last thing I'm gonna say, because I'm honestly running out of things to say. A great benefit of celibacy is not only your spiritual development, but your physical development. It's the time where you go ham on your self-care. When you're celibacy, I'm talking about yoni steams, I'm talking about waxes, I'm talking about yoni eggs, I'm talking about detox pearls. Like, you need to do it up when it comes to your vaginal health or your genital health routine. Now, as women, we hold so much in our wombs. We hold other people's energy, other feelings, traumas, thoughts, bacteria, all of these things that can just accumulate in the womb over time, especially if you have multiple sexual partners. But, getting, natural, organic, vulva washes, all of those things. Like, when you're celibate, that is the time you go ham on your self-care. Because not only do you give yourself time to heal spiritually and emotionally, but you also give your womb time to heal too. Just to wrap up everything that I said, if you're planning on going celibacy, here are some things I would recommend, things that I think would help. Setting your intention, weighing what your gains and your losses are by being celibate, redefining your love language, and intense radical self-care for your coochie. That's all I have. I can't get into all of the spiritual biblical benefits of celibacy. This is not a Kingdom Spouse page. It's not impossible. I know with pop culture and social media, like, the pressure to have sex more often, or to have a super hyperactive sex life, is very much pushed on the masses. But at the end of the day, you have to make your own decisions. You have to commit to yourself and know why you're choosing to do it, and commit to the purpose and the intention that you give yourself in starting this journey. Don't think that you won't be tested, because you will. But if every time you reject something that you know for a fact that you don't want, then you're just letting the higher power, or the power that be, know that you're ready and that you're making room for what you really do want, and you're willing to make the sacrifices for it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all